good, y'all? I'm Jerry, about to check out this video by WrestleLamia. This is 10 incredible moves WWE wrestlers did only once. Far as like moves that only been done once, I feel like it's when at one of the WrestleMania, I think it was 31, when Randy Orton countered the RKO, countered the curb stomp and turned it into an RKO. I feel like that was only done one time. I only seen it one time since it happened. That was back in 2015. And I'm not really sure about other moves that was only did once, man. But we on the road to 2K subscribers, man. So I'm about to hop into this video and let WrestleLamia go down his list of wrestling moves that was only done once. So let's go.
Now, it's common for wrestlers, particularly in WWE, to have a set list of moves that they perform in every single match.
True.
Wrestlers rarely deviate away from this list, as it's what fans expect from them during a featured match. But on occasion, a wrestler will pull out a move that fans have never seen them deliver before.
Yeah.
This rare move is usually implemented to bring out something new and unique to a match, and the move will be retired after its single use, keeping the impact of the one-time only move intact forever. Join us now as
I feel like Charlotte's
WWE wrestlers
corkscrew moonsault that she did. She only did that move one time, from far as what I seen. That's another one I just thought of. Number 10.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out WrestleLamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. Number 10, Edge 619. The Clash at the Castle event was special for several reasons.
That don't count,
It was the first time in over
because
30 years that the UK had received a special stadium show, and it would have been the first time
it wouldn't be a reason for Edge to use that move more than one time. Since Ray is already in WWE.
Hit, and he almost blew the roof off the stadium. Without question, one of his biggest ovations of his career. Edge would team up with Rey Mysterio against Finn Balor.
Did he have a mask on?
And during the match, Edge decided to introduce a one-time only move into his arsenal. Edge would deliver his own version of Mysterio's 619 to the sheer delight of fans. Edge's version of the move was naturally sloppy, and it's unlikely he'll ever do it again, but it was a fun moment that fans
fit the match
won't ever forget.
because Ray and Dominic was in the match.
Victoria snap suplex. Victoria was a vastly underrated talent in WWE and only seemed to get better as the years went on. Victoria's most notable feud during her time in the company was a 2002 feud with Trish Stratus.
Yep.
The two would have a hardcore match at the Survivor Series pay-per-view, and this match deserves a ton of credit for being way ahead of its time. What's interesting about the match finish was that Victoria seemingly used a generic move as a finisher. She would use a standard snap suplex as a finisher, and it actually secured the victory and the women's title. Whilst Victoria would go on to use a suplex again in matches, it was never determined to be her finisher, so it was unique in the sense that this was the only time that she would use a move in this manner. And just 24 hours after the match, Victoria would debut her Widow's Peak finishing move, which was a perfect fit for her persona.
That's the best finisher she ever had.
One of the best finishing moves of all time. Number 8, The Undertaker Angle Slam.
Y'all putting these moves on the video. It fit that match.
Most iconic took place
and that's my favorite triple threat match of all time.
The Undertaker would defend his WWE title.
They were stealing each other finishers and everything.
Had something for everyone. The wrestling was superb, but the match also had a
They might put Rock's chokeslam in here too.
Up 2 decades later. The most notable spot in the match occurred when the three wrestlers decided to steal each other's finishing moves. In an insane sequence, The Rock performed a chokeslam on Taker before applying an ankle lock to Angle, and Angle would then perform his own version of the Rock Bottom on The Rock before the dead man rose to his feet and performed an Angle Slam on the Olympic gold medalist. It was a fantastic spot, and this marked the first and only time that the dead man performed the trademark move.
Why would he use it?
Johnny Gargano STF.
Kurt was still active.
Johnny Gargano likes to use a move known as the Gargano Escape as his finishing move. He rarely deviates from using this as a submission-based finishing move, but during his acclaimed feud with Tommaso Ciampa, he decided to use a one-time only move. The finish of the unsanctioned match at NXT TakeOver New Orleans
they had such great chemistry as teammates and enemies.
This was a completely unique finish and certainly helped elevate the match, as it was evident when Dave Meltzer awarded the match a 5-star rating. Number 6, Kane Hurricane Rana. In the summer of 2001, a random match for the Intercontinental
Why would Kane do that move twice, man?
Managed to exceed everyone's expectations. For whatever reason, the two men seemed adamant
on break somebody's damn neck.
Match, and Kane would deliver a move that truly blew the fans away. As Albert had Kane in a powerbomb position, Kane countered the move and unbelievably performed a Hurricane Rana. The move received a thunderous reaction from the crowd, and even Michael Cole and Taz on commentary couldn't even believe what they just witnessed. The match would eventually be won by Albert, one of the biggest wins of his WWE career, and it could be theorized that Kane wanted to make the match as memorable as possible. Number 5, CM Punk, Piledriver. For the longest time,
I can see why Punk
kind of had been outright banned.
Yeah, that's
However,
why.
during a match between CM Punk and John Cena,
it was only used for just that one night.
Punk decided to perform the move on Cena to the shock of fans across the world. As well as
that was a good damn match that night.
Punk had done the move in other promotions, but he'd never once performed the move in WWE.
That's a dangerous move.
At the time, former WWE Chairman Vince McMahon was absolutely furious that Punk had delivered the move, and Punk would seem to confirm these reports in a tweet in 2020.
We're mad, but if
Whilst
you really think about
WWE
it,
deserves some respect for banning the move they deemed to be too dangerous and unsafe, the piledriver spot certainly elevated the match, and some fans will argue that it's the best bell-to-bell match ever seen on WWE's flagship show. Number 4, Hulk Hogan.
They knew they could have let CM Punk be inserted to their WrestleMania match. They made it a triple threat.
Hogan at WrestleMania 18. Hogan collided with The Rock in an absolute dream match, and the match delivered everything fans could have ever wanted. Every spot Hogan and The Rock did in the match seemed to work, and fans were invested in everything they did. One of the most infamous spots in the match saw Hogan deliver his own version of the Rock bottom to
They
The
booed
Rock.
the hell out of The Rock that night. And he was the babyface.
Hogan had always been reserved in adding moves to his arsenal, as he preferred to keep his established moves intact. However, when Hogan used the move on this occasion, it was a perfect chance for Hogan to deviate away from his own rules and create a moment that fans will remember forever.
They booed the hell out of The Rock.
Randy Orton Styles clash. At the start of 2020, WWE would book a mini-TV feud between Randy Orton and AJ Styles leading up to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. As part of this rivalry, Orton and AJ would compete in a triple threat match.
Good core string by Drew.
And the match would feature a unique spot which sent social media into a frenzy. In the match, Orton would deliver his own version of AJ Styles' Clash move, and Orton, similarly to Hulk Hogan, has been reluctant to change his moveset. But on this occasion,
Randy always do the I say around 2011, he started doing the angle slam.
As with it being on a random episode of Raw, it's easy to forget. Thanks to social media and YouTube, the spot ended up having
I never even knew he did that.
reception, which was great to see. Number 2, Cody Rhodes, Pedigree. Cody Rhodes
these moves kind of fit who they was facing against, who they were wrestling against during that time. Of course, they're not going to use these moves every single match.
Never mind have an all-time classic. There were several moments in the match that received praise from fans, but the spot which saw Rhodes deliver a
pedigree
was truly fantastic. Rhodes had previously teased using a pedigree in prior matches with Rollins, but this time he actually delivered it, to the unanimous applause of the fans in attendance. This marked the first time Rhodes had successfully used the move in WWE, and it's unclear if he'll use the move again, or if this was just a one-time only spot. And number 1, Undertaker, the Spear. The SummerSlam 2008 is notable for being WWE's first pay-per-view of the new PG era. What fans questioned upon hearing the news of WWE's new era was just how WWE could deliver their planned SummerSlam main event under PG guidelines. The planned main event of SummerSlam was a Hell in a Cell showdown between arch-rivals Edge and The Undertaker. And to WWE's credit, they managed to pull it off. The match had a ton of violent spots, but the match was also a fitting conclusion to a decorated rivalry. What was also interesting about the match was that The Undertaker decided to deliver a move he's never done before, and it just so happened to be Edge's own finisher. During the match, the dead man delivered a devastating spear to Edge, which genuinely took
Undertaker was in his prime during that time right there, boy.
The Undertaker was having to use
He's putting on some of the best matches ever, and being in the company for over 20 years at that point, it felt like he was just starting.
I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
Alright, y'all, I don't really necessarily agree with some of these things, some of these wrestlers that only did their moves once on this list, because at the time of who they was in the feud with, it would have made sense to just use that move while facing that opponent and not use the move over and over and over, because it wouldn't feel right. Because why would Edge use the 619 more than once when he's in the match with Rey Mysterio as his tag team partner? And why would Cody Rhodes continue to use the pedigree? Like, it just don't make sense at all. It felt better when he was facing Seth Rollins, and Seth is a known Triple H former mentee, and he adopted the move from Triple H. Of course, Seth does the pedigree, and Cody Rhodes wanted to insult Seth and add insult to injury by using the pedigree against Seth. It made sense. But this is a great video, man. And why would Undertaker use the spear over and over? But I'm not gonna rant too much longer. This was a great video, like I said. Let me know what y'all thought of my reaction to this video and the video as a whole. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. Peace.